You ever find yourself pausing before you get up from your favorite recliner, just to make sure your legs will cooperate? Maybe you grab onto the armrest a little tighter than you used to. Or you stand at the top of the stairs and think, better take this slow today. If that sounds like you, or someone you love, you're in good company. So many of us feel that little shake of doubt when it comes to walking, especially as the years roll by. And it's not about weakness, no sir. It's about wanting to feel safe, steady, and sure-footed. I've heard folks say things like, I don't walk around the block anymore. I'm afraid I'll fall. Or, I'd love to join my friends at the farmer's market, but what if I can't keep up? That quiet fear can sneak into your day and start holding you back from the simple joys you deserve. But what if I told you that a little support, just the right kind, could bring back your confidence? Could make those walks enjoyable again? That's what we're talking about today. 5 simple, smart tools that can help you move freely again. Tools that don't scream, I'm getting old, but instead whisper, I've still got places to be. So if you've been tiptoeing around life lately, unsure of your footing, stay with me. You're about to learn how to walk with your head high again, without fear tripping you up. And hey, if you find this video helpful, give it a little thumbs up, hit subscribe to the Vibrant Elders channel, and share your thoughts below. I love hearing your stories. Now let's gently step into what might be the best decision you've made for your independence. I want to talk honestly with you now, because if you felt nervous about walking, you already know it's not just about the legs. It's about the mind, the heart, the life you use to move through without a second thought. That little wobble, that stumble, even if it doesn't lead to a fall, it can rattle your confidence in ways that surprise you. You might start saying no to invitations or thinking twice before running a quick errand. And over time, that quiet hesitation, it grows. There's a reason the CDC says 1 in 4 older Americans takes a fall each year. And even more striking, once someone falls, the fear of falling again often keeps them from moving as much. It's a protective instinct, but it backfires. When you avoid walking, your muscles weaken, your balance worsens, and the risk goes up again. It's a loop, and one that can shrink your world without you even realizing it. Let me tell you about Ed, a dear friend from church. He was never the type to sit still. Always out in his garden, always the first one to arrive at Sunday brunch. But one day, walking out of the post office, he tripped on a raised bit of sidewalk. Didn't break anything, thank goodness, but it scared him. After that, he stopped his morning walks, started asking others to do his errands. Slowly, he just pulled back, and that vibrant part of him, the part that loved being out in the world, started to fade. His doctor finally told him something that stuck. Ed, if you don't keep moving, you'll lose the ability to move. Simple as that. It was a wake-up call. But getting back out there wasn't just about physical therapy. It was about rebuilding trust in his body, in the ground beneath him, in the tools available to help him feel steady. See, feeling unsteady doesn't just mess with your balance. It can make you question your independence. And that's one of the hardest parts. You don't want to feel like a burden. You don't want to ask for help if you don't have to. But the truth is, you don't have to go it alone, and you don't have to give up your freedom either. That's where the right support makes all the difference. Not just someone holding your arm, but something you can rely on daily. Something designed to protect your dignity and your lifestyle. We're going to talk about those very things in just a moment. But before we do, I want you to really hear this. Feeling unsteady does not mean you are weak. It means your body, like every part of life, is changing, and it's okay to adapt with it. It's not about giving up. It's about gearing up. So let's take a breath together. Let's leave the guilt and the hesitation behind. Because what's coming next? It's not just equipment. It's your ticket to walking freely again on your own terms. Number 1, the modern walking cane. Let's start with something simple, something familiar, but also something that's come a long way in recent years. The walking cane. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, I'm not ready for that yet, hear me out. Today's canes aren't the stiff wooden sticks our grandparents used to hobble around with. They're sleek, smart, and built for real-life movement. In fact, some of them look more like hiking gear than anything else. The truth is, a cane might be all you need if your balance is just a little off now and then. Maybe you feel wobbly when you first get out of bed, or you need a bit of support walking through crowded places like the grocery store or the pharmacy. A good cane doesn't take away your freedom, it gives it back. It's like a reliable friend who walks beside you, just in case. Take something like the hurricane, for example. It's designed to stand on its own, which might not sound like a big deal until you've had to reach down and pick up a fallen cane while trying not to fall yourself. It's adjustable too, so you can set it at just the right height for your posture and stride. And it has a comfort grip handle that doesn't dig into your palm when you've been walking a while. Those little details, they matter. I remember Margaret from our neighborhood potluck. She's sharp as a tack and still volunteers twice a week. She used to struggle with her old cane sliding out from under her on uneven pavement. Once she switched to a newer model with a 3-point base, she told me it felt like walking with an anchor in the best way. She said, "It doesn't just help me walk, it helps me stop worrying." And isn't that the goal? To stop worrying. To stop hesitating every time you need to get up from a bench or cross the parking lot to your car. A modern cane is discreet, easy to bring with you, and honestly kind of stylish if you pick the right one. Some even fold up and fit in a tote bag. You can take it out when you need it and tuck it away when you don't. But here's the key. Don't wait until a fall forces your hand. If you've noticed yourself holding onto the wall or walking slower than usual, that's your cue. Think of a cane not as a last resort, but as your first step toward walking strong again. It's not about age, it's about ability. It's about knowing your body and giving it the tools to keep going. And if a cane is that tool for you, then it's not a sign of slowing down. It's a sign you're not willing to stop. Number 2, the foldable travel walker. Now, maybe you're past the point where a cane is quite enough, but you're not ready or willing for something big and bulky. That's where a foldable travel walker can be your best friend. This isn't the kind of walker that clunks around and takes up half your hallway. These are lightweight, easy to carry, and designed for folks who just need a little extra stability, especially when they're out and about. I've known plenty of folks who feel fine around the house. They've got the furniture nearby, familiar flooring, and they know where to place their feet. But once they step outside, into a store with shiny floors, a parking lot with uneven pavement, or even a busy sidewalk, they start to feel unsure. That's when a travel walker shines. You don't need it all day, every day, but it's there when the situation calls for it. Take someone like Darlene. She still drives. She still loves getting out to her favorite farmer's market on Saturdays. But walking around for more than 20 minutes started wearing her out. Not because she wasn't trying. She was just feeling it in her knees and hips more than she used to. So she got herself a Nova foldable walker. Lightweight, folds in half in a snap, fits in her trunk with room to spare. She told me, "Now I don't have to choose between staying home and struggling through the day." And the beauty of these walkers is they don't make a scene. They unfold in seconds. Many models are made with aluminum, so they're light as a feather but strong as steel. Some even come with small pouches so you can carry your water bottle or phone. No need for a bulky purse hanging on your shoulder. One thing to keep in mind when choosing a walker: make sure the height is adjustable and look for rubber-tipped legs or wheels that glide smoothly. You want something that works with you, not against you. And test how it folds. You shouldn't need to wrestle it to the ground to close it up. I've seen people bring these walkers to church, the mall, even on cruises. Yes, cruises. They're that compact. For someone who still wants to travel, who still wants to go places without feeling anchored down, this kind of walker is like a quiet bodyguard. Helpful, but never in the way. And again, it's not about giving in. It's about being smart. You wouldn't drive your car without a seatbelt, right? This is the same idea. You're protecting your ability to move through the world on your own 2 feet, with a little backup when you need it most. So if walking outside the house has become a gamble, maybe it's time to fold one of these lifesavers into your life. Number 3, rollator with seat and brakes. Sometimes it's not just about balance, it's about endurance. Maybe you're steady enough on your feet, but walking for more than 10 or 15 minutes starts to feel like a chore. Your legs get tired, your back aches, and suddenly that little trip to the park or shopping center feels a whole lot longer. That's where a rollator, especially one with a built-in seat and handbrakes, can be a total game changer. Now, if you're not familiar with rollators, picture a walker, but with wheels on all 4 legs, hand-operated brakes like on a bicycle, and a comfy little seat in the middle. It's the Swiss Army knife of mobility aids. You can walk with it, lean on it for balance, take a break and sit when you need to, and even carry your groceries in the storage pouch underneath. Let me tell you about Linda. She's one of the most independent women I know. Loves estate sales, open-air markets, and walking along the boardwalk when the weather's nice. But after a knee replacement, She started running out of gas halfway through her outings. She told me, I didn't want to admit it, but I'd start planning my day around where I could find a bench. That's when her doctor suggested a rollator. The one she got had large wheels that handled outdoor terrain beautifully and brakes she could squeeze gently to stay in control on downhill slopes. The best part? When she needed a break, she'd just flip the seat down and rest wherever she was. No hunting for a place to sit. No awkward wobbling. She said, it gave me my Saturdays back. And isn't that what we're all after? A way to keep doing the things we love without constantly worrying about whether we'll make it all the way through. That little seat isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you're smart enough to pace yourself, to pause without giving up. When choosing a rollator, you'll want to look at a few things: sturdy wheels, especially if you plan to use it outdoors, adjustable handle height, comfortable grips, and reliable brakes. Some models even have a backrest and a cup holder. The seat should feel sturdy and wide enough for comfort. You don't want something flimsy. You want a seat you can trust when your body says, let's take 5. And remember, there's no shame in sitting. Whether it's watching your grandchild's soccer game or just pausing halfway through the grocery aisle, the ability to rest without finding a bench can turn a tiring trip into a joyful one. With a rollator, you're not losing freedom. You're expanding it. You're saying, I'm not done exploring. I'm just doing it a little smarter now. Number 4, balance assist devices at home. Let's talk about something closer to home, literally. Because even if you feel steady when you're out and about, the real danger for many folks happens right inside the house. You know how it is: a wet bathroom floor, a wobbly step getting out of bed, or reaching too far while trying to grab something from the kitchen cabinet. These aren't just small stumbles. They're the moments that can lead to serious falls. And that's where balance assist devices come in. Now, these aren't things you carry with you. They're things you install once and forget until the moment you need them. But when that moment comes, they're priceless. We're talking about grab bars in the bathroom, rails near the toilet, handles beside the bed, or even poles that go floor to ceiling in high-risk spots like the shower. They don't get in your way, but they're there when you need that extra point of contact, something solid to hold on to when you're turning, stepping, or just trying to get up safely. Take the bathroom, for instance. It's one of the most dangerous places in the house for older adults. Everything's slick, cramped, and full of hard surfaces. But just one well-placed grab bar in the shower or next to the toilet can make all the difference. I know a couple, Bob and Sandy, who added a few grab bars after Bob slipped stepping out of the tub. He didn't fall that time, but it shook him up. Now, with those bars in place, he says he doesn't think twice. He just feels secure. And these aids aren't just about bathrooms. Some people install a bed rail so they can sit up and get their footing before standing. Others add a support pole in the living room where they tend to reach for furniture to get up from the couch. There's even anti-slip flooring and motion sensor night lights that guide your way during late-night bathroom trips. Simple changes, yes, but they can save a hip, a hospital visit, and a whole lot of worry. The best part? These tools don't scream disability or make your home feel like a hospital. Modern designs are clean, minimal, and fit right into your space. And once they're installed, they just become part of your rhythm. Like a hand on your shoulder when you're getting up, steady, silent, dependable. What's really important here is mindset. Making your home safer isn't about giving in. It's about taking control. It's about saying, I'm staying right here, and I'm doing it smart. Think of it like adding seat belts to your favorite chair or anchors in the places where you want to feel strongest. So if you've ever hesitated stepping into the shower or gotten dizzy standing up too fast from bed, don't wait for something to happen. Give yourself the stability to move with peace of mind, right where you live. Number 5, personal alarms and GPS devices. We've talked a lot about tools that support your body, but what about something that protects your independence in a whole different way? Something quiet, reliable, and always on standby, especially if you live alone or spend time walking on your own. That's where personal alarms and GPS safety devices come in. And let me tell you, they're not just smart. They're empowering. You might have seen the old Life Alert commercials, and sure, they were a little dramatic. But the idea behind them is solid. When help is just a button away, you're not really alone. And today's versions? They've come a long way. We're talking sleek wearable devices, watches, pendants, even apps on your phone that track your location, detect if you've taken a hard fall, and send alerts to family or emergency services if something goes wrong. Take my neighbor, Irene. She's in her early 70s, lives alone, and walks every morning before the neighborhood wakes up. A couple years ago, she slipped on some wet leaves near the mailbox. She didn't get hurt, but it scared her. She told me. I kept thinking, what if I had gone down harder and no one was around? That's when she got herself an Apple Watch with fall detection. Now, if she takes a tumble and doesn't get back up within a minute or so, the watch automatically sends a message to her daughter and even dials emergency services if needed. And for folks who don't want to mess with fancy tech, there are simpler options too. Devices like Angel Sense or the classic Life Alert pendant are straightforward. Just press a button and you're instantly connected to help. Some even have two-way audio so you can talk with someone immediately, no phone needed. What makes these tools so powerful isn't just the emergency help. They give your loved ones peace of mind, and they give you the freedom to keep doing what you love. Whether it's gardening in the backyard, taking a walk around the block, or traveling out of town, you don't have to wait for someone to tag along just to feel safe. And here's something else. Safety doesn't mean being watched. It means being prepared. It's not about losing privacy. It's about gaining confidence. Knowing you've got that extra layer of protection means you can keep saying yes to life instead of sitting things out just in case. These devices are easy to set up, most are waterproof, and many have monthly subscription options. But honestly, what's peace of mind worth? Especially when it lets you walk out your front door without fear tagging along. So if you've ever hesitated to take a walk because no one would be around if something happened, this is your answer. Quiet. Constant support right there on your wrist or in your pocket. You might never need it, but you'll always be glad it's there. So here's the real takeaway. My friend, feeling a little unsteady isn't a sign that you're slipping away from life. It's just a sign that life is asking you to adapt a bit. Maybe your knees aren't what they used to be. Maybe your balance isn't quite as sharp as it was in your dancing days. That's okay. You're still here, still full of stories, still meant to move and live and laugh just as much as ever. The tools we talked about today, they're not crutches. They're keys. Keys to open the door back to the things you've been avoiding. Not because you don't want to do them, but because fear has been whispering in your ear. Fear of falling. Fear of needing help. Fear of losing control. But guess what? Choosing one of these walking aids isn't giving up control, it's taking it back. Whether it's the sturdy comfort of a modern cane, the convenience of a travel walker, the freedom of a rollator with a seat, the smart setup of safety devices at home, or the quiet reassurance of a GPS alarm, every one of them is designed with one goal: to keep you doing the things that make life rich. So if even one part of this video made you stop and think, maybe that could help me, I hope you'll give yourself permission to try. You deserve to walk through your world with confidence, not caution. And if this message speaks to you, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to Vibrant Elders, and share your story in the comments. I'd truly love to hear it. Keep moving, keep smiling, and never forget, you still have every right to walk with pride and power.